I'm getting some questions over here, and I myself was, curious about the KKB inclusion in that track. Like,
Mhm.
what exactly is the origin of that? How did that come about?
Yeah. Maybe around 2019, Gus and Sarah came to my home in North Carolina, and um, we had been talking about collaborating for some time, and they were just such sweet, kind, intelligent, creative people. I was really struck by Gus as a lyricist. He like when we were writing lyrics for the demo that became Musician, and none of those lyrics are used in the final song because I ultimately like the way that it worked was we wrote this demo, and that demo is the sample bed for Musician.
Yeah.
Um, so there's not really any really intelligible lyrics except for kind of Sarah saying real or imagined.
Hmm.
But we started trying to write something together, and like, what do you expect a Porter KKB collab to sound like? It would be something really poppy, right? It would be something like maybe hook driven pop thing.
Hmm.
And what we ended up writing was like this like 17th century hymn. Like no one's heard the verses of that song, but it is very religious sounding. It sounds like a beautiful hymn. Like the opening is an organ, and the lyrics are all about God. And I remember the three of us just being like, how is this the thing that we ended up producing? And I eventually like sort of ran out of steam for trying to finish that. Like the fact that they weren't in the room anymore, and
Hmm.
it was just really hard to finish the collaboration remotely. So it just sort of sat there for a while. And then yeah, I started cutting up that sample. And then when I put those musician drums behind it, I was like, I just remember being like, I did that thing where I just paced around my room and listened to it 40 times in a row. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like this is something so good. And yeah, like I would love to show more of the original sample one day because I think it has some really special musical moments. And um, but yeah, that's sort of how that came together.
Well, there's also that other sample, I believe, or at least reference to Rob Bass and Easy Rocks It Takes Two on the
Mm,
track, right? Which,
yeah,
I mean, is obviously, I'm not surprised to hear that track really anywhere these days because it's like that woo
yeah,
like is one of the most widely sampled,
yeah.
pieces of dance music of all time. But is there any significance to your inclusion of that in the track outside of it, being such a popular sample?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the think break is the I mean, there's like four different, I think, versions of the think break that go around. And that's definitely the most popular um like interpolation of that. And I remember I was testing out different percussive loops to lift the second verse because for a verse two, you usually want something that lifts the energy and lifts the mood a little bit, something and also you always want a verse two, I think, to cast a new light on the chorus.
Good songwriting formula right there.
Right, that's something I learned from WikiHow. um and I remember throwing that loop in there. And at that time, I sort of had this idea in my head that I wasn't going to use like the amen break. I wasn't going to use classic breaks for Nurture because I felt like I did that with Virtual Self, which was so referential to the history of dance music.
Hmm.
And I was like, Nurture is all about like organic drums and stuff like that. But Musician, it's almost just like I'm breaking all the rules that I've set up for the album, and I'm just going to have fun with it. Like
Hmm.
I wanted there to be no super saws, which is a prominent trance sound. I wanted to not use like 808 drums because I felt like that was like too dancey. Like I wanted the drum timbres of Nurture to be sort of unidentifiable and like somewhere between acoustic and EDM. And then Musician, I just threw all that out the window because I was feeling so like self confident. And I felt like that, like throwing in the think break with the yeah woo. I was like, if it wasn't a celebration before, it is fully a party now. It's like it's got like this is how I feel. I feel like the bass god when I hear the think break. Just something about it that it's just like it's almost like kind of funny. Like, and I felt like that was a really interesting energy for there to be on Nurture. So
Mhm.
I want to get to that place more often as I go into the next record, whatever that may be, whatever form it takes. I want to like not have so many rules next time maybe, and
Okay.
just pull the thread of whatever is getting me excited, because
All right.
Musician came together that way and it's my favorite song.
Thank you very much for watching this interview clip over on TND Streams. To see the full interview, click on the video link next to my head or down below, or hit up the link to subscribe to the channel or see our Patreon page to support what we do and get some extra bonus monthly content in the process. Anthony Fantano, forever.